Hello. So I'm back and I'm not recording any type of message from Spirit. I just want to talk about how I'm feeling because I woke up from a nap and then I was watching all of these. I couldn't find anything to satisfy me online. Like, I feel like the content is getting worse or it's just so boring online. I don't know. Maybe it's my feed. But anyways, what always seems to cheer me up is either like an apartment move-in vlog or like women giving me advice. So I was watching like advice for women in their 20s, but then it was all stuff that I already knew. So then I was watching advice for women in their 30s, and then I was just watching experiences of women in their 30s. And I just want to be in my 30s. There's just something about it that is so appealing. I'm thinking of like having my own place and being financially, like having financial freedom and being able to cook what I want and having control over my health because I have the finances to really give myself what I need. And thinking about my self care and being able to travel. And I'm just very, very excited. Maybe I'm excited for the energy of my 30s. I would really love to bring that energy into my life now. So I'm trying to embody it, embody like what they all talk about, what all the women are talking about in their 30s and in their 40s. And I'm so conflicted. I've always wanted to be a mother. I've always wanted to get married. I'm a lover at heart. I'm a Cancer. But I don't know. I love hearing the stories about like childless women in their 30s and 40s. They just seem so happy. Like not like single childless women who are who have a sense of themselves, because I understand that, you know, it depends on where you're at in terms of what work you've done on yourself, but I can totally see how they're living their best lives. And I'm just like, I want that, and I also want a family. So I don't know. But then it also, like, there's so many things to think about because I've always felt I haven't had any particularly strong feelings about what age I would want to have children. I've just known that I've always wanted to have children. And same with marriage. I've never had a particularly strong feeling around when I would want to get married. I've just always wanted marriage, or at least I've always wanted a companion. I've just always wanted to have a romantic connection with somebody that would last a long time, that I could build with and grow with and trust in and, have love. But these days I'm just like, I still want it all. I still want all of that. But I'm also like, oh my God, the single 30s and flirties vibe is very cute. And I love the life that those women are living. They seem so happy. And I'm just like, and right now where I am at, I'm only 21 and I'm about to turn 22 in July. But I could not imagine part of me could imagine having a child, but that's just because I'm a dreamer. Like, I would not want a child right now. That would be crazy. I could imagine having a lifelong partner that I could begin to build with. But ultimately, I'd want my independence. I wouldn't want to live with anybody yet. I'm trying to move out of my parents' home so that I can, or my dad's house or apartment, so that I can move in out on my own and have my own experiences. And I think that when I get married or when I meet my partner, I would still want to keep a separate place for myself because I'm such a loner at times and I'm an introvert and I really need my space by myself, and it doesn't feel like enough to just have my own room. Like, I really want my own space. So I'd probably get like a cute little like 1 bedroom apartment, even just like a studio apartment that I can just have to myself, that doesn't belong to anyone else, that no one else is allowed to go over to. Like, my kids are not allowed to visit that place. Maybe I'd let them come by like every so often. Like, I think probably once they turned into like their teens, I would let like my daughters come and like have like days there if they wanted to like just be alone. Because honestly, I would have appreciated that as a teenager, just having some time to myself. And I mean, I wasn't a teenager who was like having sex and doing crazy things. Like, I just wanted to be alone when I wanted to be alone. And I just wanted my own space. And I think it'd be fun to let my kids like experience what it's like to be on their own and, have their own space so they can get a sense of adulthood in that way and how it's fun and how independence is exciting and things like that. So, yeah, but I'm just thinking about what I want for my life because I know like this past year has just been so many changes, and I'm very grateful for the amount of healing work I've had to do and the work on myself and all of that because it's put me in a really good place. I feel like I'm ahead of I where I thought I would be in terms of my mentality. In terms of the physical, I have a job, which is nice, and I'm starting to get my grounding in terms of finances and things like that. But uh, and even like with my health, I've started eating differently. I've just noticed shifts, and I'm like, oh my god, you're pulling your life together one by one. The really big thing that I really just want to get, you know, to not even be a thing on my mind is my finances. I just don't want to ever struggle or think about money. I don't want that to ever be a thing. It's just not something I'm interested in thinking about all the time. And I'm sure that everybody can relate. So I want to get to a place where I am just super financially free and carefree and very happy. And yeah. And whatever that looks like in terms of an amount, I'm not sure. I just don't want to worry about money. And I want to be able to do what I want to do because I'm not a super luxurious person. I'm not spending a lot on shopping or things like that. And I don't buy like brand names and things like that. So I'm not going to have to worry about things. I don't have a car and I don't really want to. I don't want to learn how to drive. I know that it's a thing, but I don't want to learn. I don't want to and I don't feel like I need to. So that's not interesting to me. So I don't have to worry about that. Honestly, I just want my own place and I want to decorate it how I want to decorate it, and I want to focus on food. Like, I want enough money to buy the food that I want to buy and to go on trips when I want to go on trips. And yeah, and buy like self-care stuff. Like, want to get nice lotion. And like that's it, cuz I don't even really have a skincare routine and I don't plan on developing one. Like, the most I will do is, you know, wash my face and like I have like this little oil that I put on just because it makes me feel cute. But I'm not doing anything more than that. And it's because honestly, I'm almost positive that it's a scam. Like, I know that it stops like dark spots or whatever, but all that stuff is just gonna come. Your skin's gonna change, you're gonna get older, you're gonna get wrinkles, you're gonna get cellulite, you're gonna get a pouch on your stomach. Like, it just is what it is. And I'm not interested in fighting the aging process like that. I'm really not. When the gray hairs come, they're gonna come, and I'm gonna be living with them, unless I want to dye my hair like a wacky color. Um, but other than that, like, I don't have a strong urge, and maybe that's because I'm young right now, so maybe I'll change my mind, but I don't think I will. I don't have a strong urge to fight the aging process. I feel like I went through so many like body issues in my teens, as a lot of people do, that it's just like even the idea of feeling insecure about that at this point is so exhausting. And I've noticed a change because I've started wearing my pants like low rise. I've started wearing my skirts low rise. It's just happened this week, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll just be walking down the street. I don't care. I do not care. I see people stare at me. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me because it's just like, why are you in my business? Girl, it's only telling me that you have problems. Um, and that, honestly, it's just been so amazing how healing has just freed me from so many things. And it's just showed up in so many ways. Like, it showed up in what I care about and, what insecurities I have. It showed up in the way that I eat and how often I get out of the house and my relationship with my body, and showed up in the content that I'm watching. I just don't have a tolerance for things that don't serve me as much anymore. Like, it's harder to get me to care if it's not serving me. And I think that that's a really good thing. I have stronger boundaries now. And it's been a year of doing this. So I imagine that if I continue to do this, I'm going to be like, on a rocket ship, just going all the way towards self love. And I'm really excited about that, especially because I've also learned to become detached from this need for this romantic relationship. I obviously dream of having a life partner and all of these things, and I'm still going to put my heart towards that because I do believe in love. But a lot of the pressure is gone because I'm okay on my own, like if it takes a few years, I'll be pissed. If it takes like 30, 45,000 years, I'll be annoyed. But ultimately, I know I'll be okay on my own. And when it comes to children, I do want children. Even if I only have one, I'm okay with that, which is crazy because I always wanted a big family, but reality sets in and I can see in the situations in my life what it takes to have a child and what it takes to raise a child and the energy. And so one child is enough for me. I would love to have a daughter, but I would be happy with whoever comes into my life, my little baby. But yeah, I do want to raise a child and raise them into a happy adult and set them on a life path that is beautiful and joyful for them. Um, but I'm even like, if I have to do that alone, then I have to do that alone. Like I'm not willing to settle, and it's my mind's not going to change. I can tell you that for certain because I've gone too far. Maybe if you had caught me like 6 months ago, maybe even like 4 months ago, maybe even like 2 months ago. These past like 3 months have been very important. A shift has happened, and I'm not willing to settle, and I don't give a fuck. And it's just, there's nothing that's gonna come that's gonna make me, no. No, I don't care. I don't care about whether that makes other people upset, and I don't care about what that means in terms of how I'm going to be seen and perceived. It doesn't matter, I mean, it just doesn't matter. Like, for as long as I'm going to be alive on this planet, I need to make sure that I'm happy. And that's what I think I'm loving about the women like 30s and over. And I think I'm going to start watching like women in their 40s and 50s content because there is just such a freedom that is really beautiful. And I think really once you get out of your 30s, you are kind of, I don't know, but from what I'm seeing, it seems like you are released of a lot of the stuff, like the big kid stuff, and marriage stuff seems to get like amplified in your 30s and like all of the shame around that. But then once you're out of that, I feel like it's like smooth sailing and you're on your own journey and it's like, oh, this is cute, this is fun. And I know that there's hardships and struggles, but I really admire these women for just how joyful they are and how much they're really living in their power. And that is energy that I aspire to be. And that's what I want for myself. And that's what I would want for my friends and my sisters and my mom. I mean, my mom inspires me with her life. And that's what I want for my daughter when she is eventually born. I do really feel like I'm going to have a daughter. But yeah, I cannot wait. I'm very, very excited. I really, really love independence, and it's just something that I'm pushing more and more for. And I think the big moment for me will be when I get my first apartment on my own. Oh my God, no roommates. And I can pay for it on my own, and I love it, and I can design it how I want. Oh my God. I'm so excited to get my first apartment. That is like my big goal. I'm going to have that be my goal for like the next year and a half. And right now I need to just get off of my dad's couch. But once I get into my own apartment, I'm so excited. And then I'll think about what comes next. But right now that's like the big thing in my mind. And I'm trying to do it in pieces. So like maybe I should get a room, and then I'll work on getting an apartment. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I was looking for a room and I found a place that I really liked, but they didn't call me back, so I don't think I got it. But I felt this energy from the universe, like maybe don't get into anything yet, because maybe something else is going to happen. I'm really not sure if I'm just overthinking it and I should get back to looking. We'll see in like a week. I'll give it like a week or two and then I might just start looking again. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for the future, and I'm very excited to be an independent woman and just live on my own. I'm just so excited to live on my own. I can't even explain to you. I just want big windows. I want a cute kitchen. I want my own bedroom, and I want a living room. And that's good to me. Like, right now I don't need anything too extravagant. I just want to live in a city that I like, in a neighborhood that I feel really comfortable with, that has like a park and really cute like walking areas. I don't want to feel weird when I'm walking around outside because I walks are really important to me. And yeah, I want to have like a cute coffee shop near me, and I want to have the grocery store near me because I need to be able to get there through public transit or walking because I don't have a car and I don't plan on getting one. And yeah, can I also just say how much I really actually like public transit. And I think that if we just invested more in public transit and made it comfortable and really awesome, that we wouldn't need cars that much. Because, like, what does a car even really do for you? Like, I know. Maybe it's just because I have a bias and I'm just not into cars. But I love a good bus ride and a train ride when I'm comfortable, when the seats are clean, when it's on time and it's running at a good pace and it's not insanely expensive. I think public transit's awesome. And I'm not sure I would ever really need to stop taking it. I don't mind it. It needs to be more accessible. Like there needs to be escalators more and elevators more because as you get older and people with disabilities, like it just needs to be more accessible. Moms with strollers, the amount of moms that you have to help down the stairs or up the stairs because there's no elevator is ridiculous. Can we also just talk about how non-parent friendly cities are and how non-accessible they are? Like, why are sidewalks so small? You know that there's children and strollers. Why are they so small? Like, why isn't there an elevator everywhere or an escalator everywhere? We have the technology to do it. It doesn't cost that much. I don't understand. But yeah. Anyways, I'm just very, very excited to be in that energy, and I'm just dreaming about it, and I'm very, very excited for the day that happens. But I'm probably going to go watch some more like women in their 30s and 40s videos and just like look at their life and be happy with them because I love it. It's such a beautiful energy. It's honestly stunning. It's like immaculate. I feel like every woman in their 20s is like, can't wait till my 30s. I'm so excited. I think that once you release the fear around aging, there really is no problem. There really is no problem. But they have a chokehold on women when it comes to aging. They have a chokehold, because that's really the only thing they have against us. That's the only thing they have. Once we get out of that spell and we learn that there's really nothing wrong with getting older and visibly presenting older, oh my God. And you know what the problem is? It's because older people are exploited and not taken care of. And so you want to avoid that energy at all costs. So you try to look young and you try to be young and all these things. But it's like, girl, look, it's ridiculous. Older people do need a lot more protections than they have. But that is a conversation for another day. But yeah, just taking care of my health, I think, is going to set me up for a good life in the long run. So I'm trying to change my food habits and just be more mindful. And then I'm going to slowly work my way up to really being a workout girl because, I know that that's important as well. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for the future. Very, very excited for my 30s. Okay. And I am excited to raise my daughter. I can't even, I'm just so excited to give her, fun experiences and to watch her grow and watch her have her own life. And, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah. Even though I love the life of these single women without kids, and I wish I could split myself in half so half of me could live that way because I'm that is so fun. But I'm also no, I do want kids, and I know that I would regret it because I've always wanted children. But I can talk about it very balanced. I can talk about this topic in balance because I'm talking about not having kids, and I don't feel a twinge in my gut the way I would have when I was 19. I feel very yeah, I can understand why somebody wouldn't want kids, and I think you can have a beautiful, happy life without kids. But I want kids, and I want marriage. Or not even just marriage, but I want what marriage symbolizes in terms of the long life commitment and all that. But, I totally get it. I totally get staying single because I'm loving the single life for certain things. Single life is not bad when you're not dating. But when you're dating and you're single, oh my God, it's just absolute shit. That's when you want to die. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to head off. Goodbye.